Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a quick little preview video, going to be giving my thoughts on the promo and what I think we're going to see. It's going to be non-spoilerish for TV, viewers. I'm not going to be spoiling things that are going to occur just because I know what happens in the books. And that is going to be Game of Thrones Season 4, Episode 8, which is called The Mountain and the Viper. Good stuff. So this is one promo that's got me really, really excited to see the episode. It's a shame because of the American holiday. It's not actually going to be this coming Sunday. It's going to be a 2-week wait for this episode, which absolutely sucks because as we can see in the promo, we're finally going to get to see the battle of the champions. Tyrion's champion, of course, which we just found out is going to be Oberyn Martell and the Red Viper, and Cersei's will be, or the Crowns, I guess, will be the Mountains, or Gregor Clegane, monster. You're fighting that? Awesome. So I'll put the link in the description to the promo. If you guys have not seen the promo yet, you've got to check this out. Now, some of the clips in it were shown in the trailer. We can kind of see Oberyn. He's got his spear and he's twirling. He's kind of spinning around with it and then clashing with the mountain. Man, I gotta tell you, I am just about as excited for this episode as I have ever been for a Game of Thrones episode ever. Now, here's the thing about Oberyn and my thoughts on this situation. This is why it's so epic, in my opinion. Oberyn is a character that, of course, is introduced in the 4th season of the show, so we knew nothing of him prior to that aside from hearing about Dorne here and there with certain characters and Tyrion speaking, sending Marcella to Dorne, some of the different things like that throughout the series. But we only met him at the beginning of season 4, so he's a relatively new character. However, as soon as we meet him, we find out that he is basically, like a lot of the characters in Game of Thrones, he wants vengeance for something that has happened. With so many characters dying in this universe, in this medieval fantasy dark universe, basically a lot of different characters will want vengeance for one thing or another because people are just dying like flies all the time. Right? Of course, we find out pretty quickly from him that he does not like the Lannisters, and the reason why he has good reason for that is because the Mountain had killed Ilya, his sister, and her children, and he had raped her before doing so. So we don't need to know much more about Oberyn to get his motivations and be like, okay, I'm on board with that dude. I want that dude to absolutely kill the Mountain if possible. When it comes down to it, when Tyrion basically has no one else, Bronn won't even stand for him, Jaime can't stand for him because he knows he can't even barely fight, Tyrion feels hopeless. Along comes Oberyn, sort of out of nowhere, and is willing to step up to the plate and take on Gregor. Now, not even just to help out Tyrion, because I do kind of think he likes Tyrion. I really do. I think he can relate to him in some ways. I think he sees him as sort of in a tragic position of injustice in this situation, and he wants to do whatever he can to help him. But mainly, his motivation, of course, has to be for his beloved sister. Of course. Now, from the beginning, Tywin had promised that he will get, if he's a judge, if he does what he has to do, then Tywin promises that he'll get what he wants. So the revenge he wants, he will get. However, he cannot just let it go. He is going to take matters into his own hands, and he's going to stand for himself as he volunteers for Tyrion to name him as his champion. So, what makes this so epic? Well, just because he's a character we don't know. So it hasn't been built up. Like, for example, it hasn't been something that's been built up since the 1st season or 2nd season or really early on. It hasn't been anything like that. We know about the Mountain. We know he's not, a good person. We know he's a murderer. We know he'll do what he's told. And obviously this season when he's introduced, in last week's episode. He's just slaughtering people. He's just slaughtering them. So we know the Mountain. We know he's feared. We know we've seen what he's done in the past before. We've seen how hot-headed he is. The Hound shows it on his face. Other things that have happened way back from season 1. So we know he is not a good guy, right? We know that from the start. Now we find out about this, and it's completely believable that he would do something like that. Whether or not he was given the order by Tywin or not really doesn't matter that much to Oberyn, it seems. It seems he has the opportunity for vengeance, and he is going to seize the day, even if he's fighting this huge monster. That just makes it even more reason for him to volunteer to go after the Mountain and bring justice to the situation, and finally Ilya can rest in peace. So, man, I'm on board. I'm on board 100%. You don't need to go much further than that to just say straight up right there, this is like an ultimate David versus Goliath type situation where David is skilled. David is very skilled and a very world-renowned warrior. So it's not like he's facing just some little weak guy or something. No. But anytime you see a good guy like that with those motivations going up against an evil big bastard like the Mountain, you just can't help but 100% get into that. Just be totally invested in that. So for me, this is the most epic battle we have seen yet in Game of Thrones. Yes, the Jaime versus Eddard was epic. Some of the other sword fights we've seen have been epic. Maybe Bronn, the first trial of combat with Bronn was. Lots of the others have been too. But for me, this right here is the most epic battle we've ever seen. And it looks like they have done it justice. They've gone for it. And man, the visuals look great. I just can't wait to see it. I'm fuming with excitement. Why does this have to be the episode we have to wait 2 weeks for? Damn it. Oh, well. Okay, so there's for Oberyn versus the Mountain. I'm buzzing. I can't wait. I absolutely can't wait. So in addition to that, we have Sansa, who can't lie for Lord Baelish. Stupid. Stupid. Do what you got to do. So be interesting to see what happens with that. Be interesting to see how that turns out. And also we have the Theon Ramsay, Theon Greyjoy, getting him to start his covert mission, his sort of inside man missions, messing with him some more, and that should be fun too. But mainly it'll all be overshadowed by this epic battle. When I say epic, I mean epic battle. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this upcoming episode, The Mountain and the Viper. Oh man, I cannot wait to see this one. I am just buzzing. I'm so excited. Let me know what you guys think. If you like this little preview video, promo, giving my thoughts on the promo video, feel free to thumb it up, like it below. If you want to help support the channel, add it to favorites, share it on your Facebook, whatever you want to do, and I'll call it here. That's it for this video, guys. See you for the next one. This is Trav, as always, saying peace.